So I decided to record this session and then perhaps share it later so people could do an hour's worth of yoga. I'm going to just lead it the same way I would lead a full class. That's an hour and a half, but I'm going to do the shorter version at an hour, in 1 hour, and probably specifically work with the groin and the hips, since that seems to be the topic that most people have these past couple of days.
I didn't hear you. I said I was in the other room getting my belt and beads. So repeat.
Yes, I'm saying to you that I'm going to try and record the session.
Got it.
And make it the shorter version that I would normally do of an hour and a half down to an hour. And I'm going to focus more on the groin and the hip, because that seems to be coming up for a lot of people who I've been Skyping recently.
Yeah.
That and frozen shoulder. So everybody's bodies are reacting to the situation at hand. So
I don't have frozen shoulder. It's the top of my thigh.
For you, it's your top of your thigh, and I've been Skyping quite a bit. And the other things that are coming up, there's been the top of the thigh, the groin, the right hip, the shoulder. So everybody's manifesting the situation by being in more than out, instead of accepting it and understanding that they have more choices to go in to even a safer place inside of them. They're looking at it as we're stuck at home, not safe at home, but there's a home inside each of us that's even stronger than all that's going on. So to be quite honest with you, I'm not sure if it's going to record you or me, but I have my candles lit on the side, which you can see.
Yep.
I always have to make a choice. Is it my reading glasses if I put my contacts on, because then I can't see the computer at all, or my distance glasses and I just take them off to come into you?
Well, if it's recorded, I'm happy I have a little lipstick on today.
One of us is being recorded to look at this when we need it. I think it lasts for 30 days. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Whatever, bring it on, Bon. Bring it on.
Have a white light. That's good to light. That's great. And we'll go from here. Taking in a deep breath. Exhaling. Draw your navel in toward your spine every time you exhale. Inhale again. Big breath. More air. More air. More air. Exhale, navel towards spine. Squeeze your pelvic floor as tight as you can. Push all the air out through the nose. Keep trying to sit up as straight and as high as you can, pushing down into your sit bones. That'll also help with your groin and hip here. Another deep breath in. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Feel the rib cage and connective tissue separating. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take in as much prana as you can. Exhale, navel towards your spine. Good. I see you're already in your lotus. You want to make it as tight and clean as you can. And I'm glad to see that you can get into a lotus. Sometimes when we have our groin and hip issues, it's hard to get into a lotus. So that's good that that's working for you.
Even the other day, I could get down like in a warrior, all the way down on my crotch with my leg out and back. it's weird to me in the strangest positions, like even just laying flat in bed, not like this. Go figure.
It occurs. No, I understand that. You also can support any of the knee. If you're in a lotus and you notice the one knee is up, you can put a sandbag, or if you're at home, you can put a bag of rice if that's the case. You can also use, which I mentioned on Wednesday during our private Skype, you can put a bag of rice, a bag of potatoes to help improvise on your different props. You're in good shape because you have the most important one, the blocks that Shep made for you. Take a big breath in. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Draw it all the way down. Exhale your hands down to your heart, and we're going to Om. Again, big breath in. Tightening your pelvic floor and your navel into your spine. Again, last Om. I always think about when I'm Oming, how it's my call out to divine energy, the representation of God in any name and form you put on it. I also always visualize a wolf, a mother wolf at the top of the mountain calling out her call. This is like my call out to say to all the energy, you know, all the other wolves out there, all the kids out there, all the beings out there. I'm saying to all that higher energy, this is my call. Please come in, hear me, come to this presence, come to this space, come to this.
A wonderful visualization.
I can see it as clear as day up on that mountain. Woo, woo, woo. So I'll call. I ask that you respond. Sahana Vavatu.
Sahana Vavatu.
Sahanau Bhunaktu.
Sahanau Bhunaktu.
Saha Viryam Karavavahai.
Saha Viryam Karavavahai.
Tejasvinavahi Tamastu.
Tejasvinavahi Tamastu.
Ma Vivi Savahai.
Ma Vivi Savahai.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Translation, interpretation. May our practice be protected. May our study be nourished. I ask that it be protected and nourished by all our guardian angels and spirit guides, as well as all the gurus, the saints, the seekers, and the sages, and all the wise beings that have come before us. I ask that Sri Brahmananda Saraswati, the founder of Ananda Ashram, bring his scientific, yogic, Vedic teachings present to us and hold our meditation at a higher space. I ask that Patavajois bring our asanas to a higher level. I ask that Tao step forward and bring joy and the spark of life that our practice should be done with. And I ask that JP, Vaswani, Dada, who are all the angels around me that I got to practice with, bring our practice to a higher wisdom. He knew so much. He could comfort in so many ways. He really was a saint that walked on this earth. I don't know if he was recognized as a saint the same way Mother Teresa was, finally in 2016, but that's the energy. So I ask that these higher beings, these sages, these seekers, these gurus, protect and nourish this practice. I ask that our studies together be brilliant and effective. I ask and pray that we never hate or dispute one another. And I ask for divine blessing of peace for you, for me, for everybody we love and hold dear to our heart, and all humanity, including the animals. Namaste.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Vaughn. This prayer must really work, because May will be 15 years and we have never hated or disputed one another. Not once.
You came in with pain and discomfort. The doctors and all the different people tried to fix, and we were able to get that pain to go away. Right. And you're able to find the strength and support to move through so many things in your life.
So much change in the last 15 years. So much change.
So much change. It was a huge growth. And you came to your mat, and every time it supported your process. So that's what's important.
Yeah, I showed up. Whether I liked it or not, whether the schedule allowed it or not, whether I felt like it or not. You know, whether I had to be in New York City or not, whether I had to be with my daughter or not, whether I had to be in Connecticut or not, whether I had to go here, come. Somehow I never gave up those 2 days a week.
Our commitment shows up around us. Isn't that what you say?
Right. That's right. Life shows up around whatever you're committed to. Just look around.
So I'm going to continue with you with some pranayama. Lift your chest. Exhale everything out. Take your left hand in Jana Mudra, put it to your left hip, and take your right hand in Vishnu Mudra. Exhale out everything through your nostrils. Close off the right nostril, inhale through the left. Retain, squeeze your anus forward to your perineum, lift your pelvic floor. Draw your navel towards your spine, and please lift your chest towards your chin. Ulabandha Uddiyana Jalahandala. Focus on the space between your eyebrows. Release your locks. Exhale to the right side only. Inhale through your right. Retain. Again, squeeze your anus forward to your perineum. Draw your navel towards your spine and lift your chest towards your chin. Release your locks. Exhale to the left side for 6. Inhale for 3. Feel the ribs expanding. Retain. Engage your locks. Exhale through the right for 6. Inhale through the right for 3.
Retain. Squeeze your anus forward to your perineum. Navel towards your spine, chest to chin kiss. Exhale to the left. Lower your hand. Lift your head. Take a breath. Slowly move your right leg and left leg. Put them on the floor. See if you can lean yourself forward and lift yourself off the floor. You might feel that in the ankles or the calves. If you can't lift today,
My ass is low. But I'm up.
good. So just find that for a moment. Squeeze your pelvic floor, tighten your pelvis. Just let your lower back release. Then inhale, come straight up. Good job. Excellent. Come to the front of your mat. You might want to adjust your camera.
How's that?
We're gonna move, so it's not only the top of the camera, but maybe perhaps the not only the top of the camera, maybe you have to slide the whole camera back.
How's that? I did. How's that?
That looks pretty good.
Okay.
Inhale, come up. Stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, lengthen your hands. Try to get your chin to your shin, Lisa. So take your time pulling yourself in. Inhale, look halfway up, scoop your back, fingerprints. Good. Step your left leg all the way back. Lower the knee to the floor, gently arching, looking up, stretching your right knee forward, fingertips stretch your neck as much as you can. Make sure all 5 toes are under the back and push into your heel, push into the ball of the foot, lift the knee gently and tighten your left buttocks. It's your left psoas or your right psoas that hurts.
My right.
You're right. Okay. So keep pushing the right knee in towards your abdominals on the right rib cage. Use your right arm to do that. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tighten your pelvic floor even tighter. And tighten your left buttocks cheek. Lift up even more. Good. Then exhale, straighten the right leg, bringing your chin to your shin. Try to lower the left heel. Go slowly here. The left heel is straight back. You'll feel that in the left calf muscle or behind the left knee. Try to lock the right knee in the front. Do fingerprints in the front. Exhale, fold over it. Try to melt your whole face to your shin beneath your right knee. Rolling the right hip back and the left hip forward. Inhale, looking up, and step the right leg back and up into the sky. Get a big stretch here. So it's a 3-legged downward facing dog. Keep that right leg up. Lower your left forearm to the ground. Slide the elbow back under your shoulder for the left forearm and stretch away from the right hand. Right leg is way up in the sky. See if you can lower the left heel down. Keep the right elbow locked and keep pushing back. Now bend your right knee. Bend the right knee, feel that in the quad muscle, and look under the right armpit and stretch.
And then extend the right leg out again. Really pull up out of the right hip, Lisa, and stretch it away. Then exhale, bend the knee and look under the right armpit more. Stretch your back up to the sky, look forward, and then bring the right toes down. Kiss the right heel to the left heel. And then bring your left hand up in line with your right hand. Exhale down your knees. Tap your heels together. This is important. Tap your heels. Faces up, high knees up, elbows against your body. Start to lower down, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, bring yourself forward, forward, forward. Drop your pelvis. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Point your toes. Bhujangasana Cobra. Very tight buttocks. If you have to, lock your ankles to tighten your buttocks. Lift your upper back with the upper back muscles. Stretch your neck, throat, and eyes up. Try to see the wall behind you. Now push into your toes. Keep those heels together. Straighten the arms. Check your right shoulder and left shoulder. Open your neck, throat, and face. Push forward. Your knees are resting, this time on the floor. So are your ankles. Stretching the front of your pelvis floor. Exhale back. Stretch your lower back. Push your back up. Exhale your chin towards your chest. And lift your high knee. Walk your feet forward slightly. Get both your heels flat. Work with your heels. Start pedaling them up and down. Exhale. Bring your chin to your chest, your ribs to your thighs, your head towards the floor. Inhale, look forward and step your left leg forward. Now lower down the right knee. Look up. Fingerprints. Now really contract the right buttocks. Push into the right toes, lift the right knee ever so gently, and tighten the right buttocks. That'll really stretch the right front of your psoas. Look up. Exhale, bring your chin to your shin. Get your right heel down, which will stretch your calf muscle. Exhale, fold over, melt over the left shin. Keep bringing the right hip forward and the left hip back. Inhale, looking forward. Lift the right leg up. Step it forward to see the left one. Bring them together. Adjust yourself. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reverse swan. Gather your energy all the way up. Come up, come up, come up. Reach up as high as you can. Stretch back. Exhale, your hands center of your chest, level of your heart. Adding on. Come to the front of your mat again. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, like this. Good. Push your feet together and your knees together. Good. And then bend the knees and pretend you're sitting down into a seat. Take those hands up behind you. Look up, stretch them up, push to your knees, look up. Sit down in your seat a little more, Utkatasana. Keep looking up. Push to your feet and knees. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana, forward bend. Come all the way down. Chin to your Shep. Inhale, look up. Good. Step the right leg all the way back this time. Lower the knee to the floor. Good. Get that stretch in the front of the psoas. Notice if it feels the same or a little better. Then curl the back toes and push into the top of the ankle. Lift the knee ever so gently. Pulse it a little. You'll get more of a stretch in that groin. Then tighten down the right knee. Sit back for a second to stretch out the right hip. Remember, we're working on your right hip. Keep your left foot flat and sit back as far as you can, but don't drag your left foot. Just keep it down on the mat. Inhale, come back down into it. Put your left hand up on your knee, keeping that right hip as low as it can. Don't lift that left hip. Don't lift the right side either. Keep them down. Tighten your pelvic floor. You should probably be getting a really intense stretch right now.
I feel it for my
Block or a pole to kind of lift yourself up. You can use a block or a pole and start back bending. Keep your left hand on your left knee. Pushing into the right knee and the right foot. Push into your left leg and your left foot. Raise your arms up. Go up as high as you can. Stretch back. Release. Curl your back toes under. Take your left hand on the inside of the left leg. Plug in your right foot, coming to a 45-degree angle, and then open your right shoulder. Now you gotta get nice and straight here, Lisa. You gotta push your left knee into your left shoulder, your knee to your thighs parallel to the floor, and raise your right arm. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades together the exact same way we started in this flow. You squeeze your two shoulders blades together by interlacing your hands. Now straighten your left leg and drag your left hand back so they're stacked and open up to a triangle, Trikonasana. Stay here. You should feel that on the side body. Now extend your right arm over your head. Keep coming long towards the screen. Looking up at the hand. You should feel that more on the side body, specifically that hip. Your back foot's 45 degrees, engaging the right hip. Now slowly bend the left knee and take your left hand forward. Continue reaching the right arm. Exhale down the right hand. Bring the right heel up and lower down to lizards. Your right hand and elbow, your left hand and elbow. Push yourself back up, straighten your right leg, adjust your right hip, adjust your left leg straight, bring your right hand across. Use your block if you need to for stabilization. You can always pull that in. And lift up enough to move your belly out of the way, and then put the right hand down again. Now open up your left arm, revolved triangle. Roll your right hip down and your left hip back. And raise your left hand up. Make happy fingers and keep reaching up to release that right hip. Same thing, keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. Just like you do in a warrior two. Slowly bend the right knee down. Take your left hand behind you. Readjust. And see if you can take the right hand under you. Take your time. Look up to the ceiling. Release. Come out of it. Frame your front foot. And sweep your left leg high to the sky, Lisa. Bring your right forearm down. Raise your left leg even higher. Exhale, bend your left knee. Your left elbow's locked. Look under your armpit and stretch back. Inhale, extend your left leg. Reach it up through the hip. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, down your left toes. Get them in line with your right toes. Take your right hand forward. Look up. Take a big breath as you lower the knees down, the chest, and the chin. Try to put your hiney up. Try to get the sternum down. Exhale everything out here. Inhale, bring yourself forward and up. Lock your left elbow. Lock your right elbow. Look up. See if you can drag yourself forward. Stretch your feet flat. Push into the top of your ankles. Do your best. Lift your knees. Back bend. Exhale. Curl the toes under. Stretch back into a flat type of rock. Push your back up. Cat, chin towards your chest. Push your hiney up, lift the knees, go into a downward facing dog, inverted V. Get your left heel flat and your right heel flat. Pedal. Get the right one flat, the left one flat, the right one flat. The left one flat, both of them flat. Start to bring your chin to your chest. Stretch back. Inhale, looking forward, step the right leg forward, lower down your knee. Sink into it. Take your time, lift your face. Uncurl your back toes, keep your right hand on your right knee and stretch back towards your left buttock, stretching out your body. Inhale, come back in and sink into it as deep as you can. Uncurl your back toes, push into the top of the foot, tighten your buttocks. Go ahead and push into the right leg with the right hand. And use your block or a pole to come up. Try to get the upper weight off of the right leg and the right hip. If it bothers you still the right side, you can back away and then sink back down. Back away, stretch it out, sink back down. Back away, stretch that hip out, and then go back down. And then when you're ready,
Go up as high as you can. Release. Now you know that I've been trying to make my back heal the best of my ability. So for me, it's huge that I can even lift up at all. And I just keep holding that vibratorial rate that all things are possible. Everything's possible. So you want to take your right hand on the inside and the right shoulder. This is key for you. Don't let that knee move away from the shoulder. Tighten your pelvic floor. Push into your left foot. Lock your left knee. Feel your buttocks tightening. And then raise your left arm up. It should feel a little tight in that right hip.
Yes.
Stack your left shoulder over your right, side angle. Keep squeezing that left shoulder back. Now, start to straighten the right leg. And you can leave the right hand where it is, right next to your right foot. If we were doing Ashtanga, you'd hold the right toe. If you were doing Iyengar or other disciplines, you'd hold the hand outside. But in this case, try to keep it right next to your right foot. And if you want to, you can drag the right hand further back and stay in alignment. See if that makes the back feel better or worse. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then extend your left arm over your head, looking at your left palm. Stretch your eyes. Don't close the front of your chest, though. Palm is straight, and it's in line with your wrist. Now bend your right knee again. Your shoulders should start to get close to your knee. You might have to adjust yourself. Walk your right hand forward and maybe walk your back leg in so that you can get the right knee over the right ankle. And keep trying to lower the thigh. Then release. Lower your left hand. Raise your left heel. Look up. Lower your right elbow. And your left elbow coming into a lizard. Stretch. Then tighten your pelvic floor. Push yourself up. Straighten your left leg and your right leg. Move the right toes in, roll the right hip back. Coming into revolved triangle. Take your left hand across the right leg. Use your block. Use your block or a pole to kind of maneuver your belly. Exhale it out of the way to roll that right hip back. If you don't need it, then don't use it, but it might help you. Move your belly. Raise your right shoulder. This is the best, deepest way to hit that right hip right now. Roll the right hip back. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening the chest.
And then slowly put your right hand on your back. Lift the left hand gently to lower your left knee. And then readjust. Come up enough to get your left arm further over. And take your left hand under, work it under your leg, and work your right hand behind your back. Take your time, slowly. Open up your right shoulder, push your right leg against your left arm, and pull your right shoulder the other way. Stretch open your neck, throat, jaw. Drop your head back, stretching everything away from that right hip. Look forward, stretch it, and step your left leg forward. Hold. Bring your feet together, push your knees together, sit down as if you're going to sit into a seat, and lock your arms, bring them up, go behind you. Exhale, straighten your legs and arms.
Oh. Some days are better than others, Bon.
But didn't that feel good?
It does, because I consciously can take myself further. In other words, if you know what I'm saying.
So now for the right hip, pull the right leg in as high as you can get it. Left hand on your left hip. Good. Switch sides. Very good, Lisa. Other side. Pull the left one in. Keep your right hand on your right hip. And down. Excellent. Come down. Sit down. Cross your legs. Crisscross applesauce. Good. Now, sit forward on your knees, curl your toes under. Invite the baby ones to the party. Sit up tall. We're going to work with Gumugasana, trying to open up your shoulders again. I won't put you in the band, which I did last time. So, if you have the strap or the sandbag, that'll help you open up the right arm. I'm going to use my sandbag to pull it back. The other day, I think we used the weights.
Yeah.
In any case, the right arm gets pulled back. You have to lift your chest. Good. And then look to the right to make a space by the neck. See if you can pull it back more. You're really trying to feel this in your lats. Then take your left thumb and hitchhike up your back. Now yesterday, Shep and I were moving huge pieces of slate, loose stone slate, big pieces. I carried a few, some went in a wheelbarrow, some went on a dolly to move, which I had laid out 2 days before, but now we were putting in front of every single park bench we had made all around the star bench, the sunshine bench, the different places, the stairs on the Enchanted Garden yoga deck. So my arms have tightened up a lot from last night's work. So you're trying to touch the finger. This is a great thing if you're at the computer all day long also. Once you have one knuckle, you can drop the weight and grab your hand. Look to the left, stretch, look to the right, pull it back. And release, roll your shoulders. Go ahead and squeeze your shoulder blades together. The other side, take the left arm up. Pull it back from the elbow to open up the entire lat muscles. And this is great for the shoulder position to be up for a frozen shoulder, rotator cuff, collarbone that comes out. All of this is great to help heal this shoulder. So just feel that stretch in the tricep. Stretching the tricep, but you really want it to open up the lat muscle. So now look to the left. Notice how that changes it on the lat. It comes more to the front and further down the tricep. And then look to the right. Then take your right thumb long and swing up your back. You don't want to space here with the elbow and the body, which we addressed the other day when we used the band to open our shoulders. And grab your fingers, drop the band. And release.
Woo!
Makes a difference. So go ahead and grab your blocks, staying in the chest opening, upper body opening parts, which will help your inversion. Every inversion is a back bend. Go ahead and grab your blocks. Now you have the ones that Shep made you.
Yeah.
These big sturdy blocks.
That's blocks.
Yeah, they are. Some of my students that are Skyping with me have the blocks that they had bought earlier. So I want you to go into a lotus, see if that's available to you. And if it is available to you in your lotus, stay in your lotus. I'm going to put sandbags on my lotus so I stay. You want to grab your pole or the sides of your mat. And you want to put your blocks between you. And you want to lean forward a little bit to get the blocks under your rib cage. And start to go back. Support your neck. Slowly stretch and reach. Try to straighten the right elbow and the left elbow, 2 hands. And open here. You're trying to get to the floor. Opening your chest. It feels so good. Your head's been hanging forward so much on the phone and down to the computer. So it feels so nice to open up your neck, your throat, your jaw. It feels so good to stretch your arms straight. This is great to support back bending, handstands, anything where you have to stretch and reach open with straight arms. Once the left hand comes down, encourage you to push the right side down, or vice versa. Support your neck, bring the elbows in, lift yourself up, squeeze your pelvic floor, push to the sides, and start to come up. Lift your seat, raise your arms. And release. So if you're not doing back bending because of a frozen shoulder or other things, this is a great way to start opening your shoulder until you can do the back bending. It helps lift your chest.
You know what? Actually, for me, it creates a little bit of a muscle memory of how it feels to be open and have my chest up and my back straight. It creates a feeling back there that hopefully I can return to that spot when I'm not laying on the blocks. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't have blocks, you can take a band and use that to kind of pull your arms back in that position to keep your chest lifted, right? That was something we discussed the other class, but that's another class. I want to put you into a headstand now or a forearm stand. And since we were doing the blocks in a lotus, I'd like you to also go up in the forearm stand or the headstand in a lotus. Okay? So we're going to do that now because it's exactly 11 o'clock.
Yeah. So what do you want me to do?
I'm asking you to do a headstand or a forearm stand, which we didn't do inversion last time. And once you're in the headstand or the forearm stand, go into a lotus.
Okay.
And since you were just sitting in a lotus the whole time without it being uncomfortable, chances are you should be able to have more length in your hip now and or the groin area to go up into a headstand or forearm stand without it being uncomfortable. So you chose a headstand lotus.
Yes, I did. It's easier.
So my hips are nice and open. My chest is nice and open. So I'm going to go for the forearm stand.
Do that too.
Ooh. My right foot in. And my left foot in. Then I'm going to look to the right and to the left, and then come down. So being on the blocks is your back bend, going up in your forearm stand or headstand lotus, that's your inversion. Your vinyasa was very important because you want to do headstand, forearm stand, shoulder stands. We did shoulder stands last class, so this one we're not going to do it on Wednesday, but those are also important. If you can't do the headstand, you can do those. But that was more than you did on Tuesday with me. I'm sorry, Wednesday and Friday. So now extend your left leg out. Put your right foot over your left. Lean into your left hip. And then pull that left leg back. See if you can push into the bone when you do that. Good. Keep the right leg really tight to you. Good. Lock your right arm under your right leg. Good. Holding on to your left thigh or your right foot. You see how I'm twisting my hand with that right arm underneath there?
Yep.
Good. And then take your left arm away, twist away, and open your chest. Inhale, exhale, twist away. Inhale, exhale, twist away. And release. I wanted you to feel as if Archangel Raphael, Archangel, were lifting you up and twisting you, literally just holding you up and twisting you. Now keeping that right leg where it is, move back away to open the right chest and raise your left hand up to the sky. Take a breath in, exhale around your right thigh, twisting the other way. Put the right hand there behind you and twist and lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And release. So that internal one is different for you, but I was trying to hit the whole right hip.
I didn't have any discomfort or any impediment getting into.
Say it again.
I didn't have any pain or any impediment, with the hip.
Good. Put your left foot over, lean into your right hip, lift it up, and then roll it back. You should feel that on the right hip when you lean into the right side to pull it back. Sit up tall. Take your left hand on the outside and through the hole. Hold on to your left ankle or right thigh. Choose where you want to hold. Inhale, exhale, twist. Twist open. Squeeze the right shoulder blade. Lift up high. Inhale, exhale, lift up high. Inhale, exhale, lift up high. Then release and raise the right arm up to the sky. Lean back. Exhale around the left thigh. Move your belly out of the way. Take the left hand behind you. Twist open the left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, twist and lift. Keep pushing into the left thigh. And release. Your hips should feel much better. I can feel that they feel better because I can sense your energy. Go ahead and bring your left leg into lotus. Go ahead and bring your right leg into lotus. Get your mala beads. So we can do Om Mani Padme Hum. which again we say is Om Mani Bimbi Hum. Okay. So the Tibetan variation of it is always pronounced as Om Mani Bimbi Hum, even though it's spelled Om Mani Padme Hum. When I was in Tibet, as I've mentioned, that's how we were taught to say it. I was taught to say it. So take your mala beads, left hand. If you can do a left side lotus, that would be great. If you can think about the Dalai Lama, that would be great. So I started out with the right side one. We're going to do a left side one here. So Om Mani Bimbi Hum, 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 I ask and pray that the lotus light awaken in you, that the jewel in the lotus awaken in me, that we both come out of the mind, the illusion of what is real, and that we connect to our higher divine selves, to our true selves. So you should feel centered, you should feel shifted, you should feel as if there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because there is.
And you should also take this time to reflect that when we are inside in our safe space, everything's perfect there. Everything.
I'm waiting for 11:11.
It's right now.
It says it on my computer on my, there it is.
It says it on mine too. We ended 11:11. That's our guardian angels.
Okay, started with it and ended with it. Namaste.
Let's Om out. Om Shanti. 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 Om. Thank you for the privilege and the honor to be of service to you in your yogic journey and to be part of your life. God bless, Lisa. See you on Wednesday. Thank you. Namaste.
As always, we're approaching 15 years.
I know, in May. Crazy.
Crazy, crazy. So I would never be where I am today if it wasn't for that yoga journey. Okay, and in a million years, I never thought I would be a participant, because it's only because of you. It is only that you wouldn't take no for an answer. You were stubborn. You made me do it.
He made you do it. All right, my love. I will see you again soon. Namaste. Thank you.
Thanks, love. Be well.